My name is Nasime Saps.
Who do you think is ruling you? Who do you think is ruling this place? What do you think they do? They do things like this. But keep voting, though. Keep voting. Even though the actual real government, right underneath your feet, a couple miles deep, is the ones that are actually in charge of who gets to be on the ballot to begin with. And they're doing those things to little babies and little kids. But you keep on voting, though. Keep doing it. As if it's going to make a difference. It's not. See, this is happening right now. I'm not talking about something that happened like 5 years ago and it no longer happens anymore. Where it doesn't happen anymore. It's not happening. No. It's happening. Right now, this very moment. It's not going to be on mainstream television. Who do you think is in charge of creating the TV, inventing the technology? Once you see that you are in a satanic, fallen angel, demonic situation where you were born into it already being like that. But because you see, your parents, they didn't know anything. They were ignorant, okay? They didn't know. And their parents before them didn't know. And their parents before them didn't know. Or if they did know, they didn't teach you it and they didn't tell you. Either way, nobody told you. Nobody told you this. You're born, you're a little kid. You don't know anything. And then you see bad things happening. And it's like, why? Why all these bad things? And you don't understand it. Where's it coming from? It's coming from the devil doing his best to run every single thing into the ground here so that every single man, woman, and child can be killed in the most painful, horrific way possible. And there are people from existing from a long time ago that have made secret spiritual blood pacts and blood oaths with fallen angels from many years in the past, where they made a quote-unquote certain type of deal where their family gets to have a pseudo type of control and pseudo type of ownership over you and over the population in general. And in exchange, these families must do those terrible bad things to children. And that includes all of the bad things that are happening right now underneath the ground. Okay, the news, TV, movies, comics, novels, media entertainment, television, it's not going to say it. No one is going to say it like that. No one is going to say that. Why? It's too horrible to believe that that's the world that you live in daily and is happening right now. It's too horrible to believe it. And on purpose, it is kept hidden from you to keep things going in a certain direction, civilization-wide, society-wide. So it's not just about children in underground bases. That's a part of what's going on. But there's a point to that. The point is to bring about the destruction using murderous force against you, because the devil hates God. That's what's happening right now. God already decided what he's going to do. He's going to save people. He's going to save his people, and he's going to make things right. But before God saves people and before God makes things right, it's going to get very, very fucked up. And it's going to get very, 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 very bad. Meaning, all of the ways of how the underground city is working is going to come to the surface of the earth. And then on the surface of the earth is going to match how the underground is like. Okay? So the same level of technology is going to be the same. And also the same type of wickedness is going to be the same. The same type of wickedness is going to be the same. It's going to be the same. It's going to be identical. It's going to be identical. How can anyone do this? How can anyone do this? Okay, I'll tell you. They're born into it because their family, generations ago in the past, made a promise with fallen angels. And they have this pseudo rulership. And they're born into it. And they're mind controlled and demon possessed into doing it. To the point almost of either not being even a person anymore or whatever. So that's one way. You just happen to be born into a satanic Luciferian generational bloodline ruling family. That shit fucking sucks. You don't want to be born into that. Or you're kidnapped into it. Meaning your family is not satanic. It doesn't have anything to do with it whatsoever. But you're just kidnapped into it. So I was the second one. That's the world. So what's the hope? What's the hope? It's not all doom and gloom, right? No. The hope is God. Jesus specifically. But people have so many hang-ups about him because of the pain that they felt in their life. They feel like God is not good enough, God's not there, God doesn't love them, or God doesn't care about them, or God just doesn't give a shit. And so the pain is so much in their life that they start automatically thinking these things about God that are not actually what the reality of the situation is. And then it always loops back around to the same question that God gets asked countless times. Why does he allow it to happen anyway? Why does he allow it to happen in general? Why does he allow it to happen specifically to you? All those bad things. Why does he allow it to happen to me? Religion has failed in answering that question. Religion is there not to answer that question. Religion is there to emotionally, psychologically, mentally control you, to get you to act in a specific way in order to make you feel better in a fake type of way that isn't actually a real true version of feeling better, but a pseudo fake version of feeling better. That's what religion is there for, including Christian religion. That's what it's there for.